Today, on Cooking with the Dad, we're going to be doing Vietnamese spring rolls. Vietnamese spring rolls are delicious and easy to make, as you'll find out. All it takes is fresh ingredients. So, Vietnamese spring rolls with a delicious set of sauces. Today on Cooking with the Dad.
For the spring rolls themselves, you're going to make about 10 spring rolls. So at a minimum, you're going to need a package of rice paper ovals with at least 10, I would get. So you have more than that. If you're planning to make 10, you're probably going to lose at least 3 or 4 during the rolling process. 10 cooked jumbo shrimp. You're going to want to have them with shells off, and you're eventually going to want to take the tails off too. A half a cup of barbecue pulled or shredded pork. Now you can either make it yourself or you can buy it. Barbacoa, if you can get it at a store that's been cooked and add a little bit of barbecue sauce, works really well. Otherwise, you can find like barbecued pork in the refrigerator section. About a half a bunch of Thai basil, or if you can't get Thai basil, regular sweet basil but fresh. A half a bunch of fresh mint. That's about 10-12 leaves. A quarter package of fresh bean sprouts. 1 small carrot, which you're going to shred with a peeler. Either a green Thai or 2 green Thai peppers, which are pretty hot, or 1 jalapeno pepper, and then julienne them into like sticks. And then a half package of thin rice noodles. Sometimes you'll see bean curd noodles. You want to really get rice noodles. Cellophane noodles is sometimes how they're looked at too, although they're a little bit differently. And then optionally, you can add some sliced green onions and or fresh chives, but not dried chives. Now you can use a lot of different kinds of dipping sauces. You can just have 1 dipping sauce, or you could have 3, but you have to have at least 1. The pre-made sweet dipping sauce, the Thai sweet chili sauce, you can certainly get that, and that's actually a really good choice. But if you want to make some dipping sauces, and we'll show you how, you'll need some fish oil, rice vinegar, some Thai chili sauce, peanuts, preferably unsalted, sesame oil, hoisin sauce, granulated sugar, and soy sauce. These are kind of staples of Thai cooking, so you should have those at your handy use.
Okay, to make fresh spring rolls, you're going to need rice paper. You can get them in a lot of stores now. You're going to need barbecued pork, and you could buy something like pork chops or barbacoa or something already cooked, and add some barbecue sauce to it, just regular barbecue sauce. You're going to need some rice noodles, really thin vermicelli rice noodles. They cook up really fast. You're going to need shrimp, and in order to do the shrimp, you're going to need to cut them, large shrimp, already cooked, down the middle lengthwise. You can get away with smaller shrimp too. And then you're going to need the following ingredients. Carrots, shredded carrots, cilantro, bean sprouts, preferably Thai basil, but if not, you can use regular basil, mint, and thinly sliced jalapeno peppers. And then lastly, you're going to need some materials to work with. So you're going to need some water. Here I've thawed my shrimp in this water, but it could be any kind of water. And you're going to need that because you're going to have to dip the rice paper into that. And I'll show you how you do that. Now, one thing you have to do, you have to have a cutting board or some kind of a flat surface, a countertop, whatever. And notice this is wet here, and I'm not worried about cleaning it off because before you start doing any rolling, you have to take some kind of a towel. And I've got a clean dish towel here. Get it wet, soak it up, and then wring it out. But make sure it's wet. It can be damp. You don't want it dry. and you're going to lay it out flat on your cutting board or counter surface. And this will keep the rice paper moist while you go ahead and make your spring rolls. Now, the first thing you're going to do here is we're going to take a spring roll, and this rice paper is very fragile, and don't be surprised if you're going to break some of these. You take them out very carefully and handle them very carefully, and make sure that your hands are pretty dry each time, because otherwise it would be yucky. Take 2 of them out. Put one in, you just get it wet in the water and set it down there, and then the other one, get it wet. Just, oops, see that broke. That happens a lot. Don't worry about it, just get yourself another one. Carefully slide it in there, handle it very carefully, and then put it there, because we're going to work at 2 at a time. Okay, well this is sitting here on the wet towel. It's actually going to soften up, so you'll be able to roll with it. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to put in 2 slices, so it'd be a whole shrimp cut in half on the top. Then we're going to take a little bit of bean sprouts. The key here is to not put too much in and kind of stay to the south side. This is because you're going to roll it like a burrito. And then you put a little bit of every ingredient in. So carrots, a little bit of cilantro, 1 jalapeno stick, a little bit of basil, a little bit of mint. If you had some chives, you could put that in there, or maybe some onions or a saltine. And then a little bit, not much, just a little bit of the barbecued pork there. And now the last thing that keeps it from shrinking is a little bit of this. So I'd say a small handful of the rice paper, or not the rice paper, the rice sticks. And you put that on there, and now we're going to roll. Start from the bottom. See how soft it's gotten already? And we tuck it in here like this, and we get it a little tucked in. And then we're going to tuck in the corners. This is just like rolling a burrito, but much more fragile. And then roll and tuck, not too tight or you don't break. But just carefully roll it. And there you have it. You have it done. That's all there is to it. The only other thing to remember about these is when you put them on a plate, make sure you space them out, because they'll stick to each other, because rice paper will stick to rice paper. There's no special order to putting these in either. It can be any way you want. I like to have the shrimp on top, because then it'll stick out for sure and you can see that. Makes it more appetizing looking. And there's no secret proportions or anything. You put more or less in, and you can leave some stuff out if you didn't like it. That's pushing it here on this one. Tuck it in, get it over the top. Now, if you break one of these in process, all you have to do is take another rice sheet, set it down, get it wet, and put that on top of it. It'll be a double rice paper, but it'll be sturdier and it still will be good. I usually do fill 2 at a time, and then while I'm rolling them, then I get the other ones and I get ready to dip them. See, I'm losing a lot of these here. That's very frustrating. But somehow these got broken. Oh! There, finally got one. Yeah, there is, sometimes you can have a lot of waste with these. resistance on the rice paper, I recommend just waiting a few seconds for it to soften up a little bit more. It just hasn't had time to soften up enough. Don't rush it, because if you crack it, then you gotta get another piece of rice paper out. And tuck it in with your hands as you roll it. Nice and easy. Boom. Bob's your uncle. Look at that. Okay, I have a situation here where I started to roll this and it broke. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to get a fresh spring roll wrapper, set it down here. I'm going to set this thing carefully on top of it. Notice I'm not trying to dump it, because I'm going to double it. I'm going to let this paper get moist so it's flexible, and then I'm going to roll the whole bunch up. Okay, we're going to make a dipping sauce here for the spring rolls, and there's all kinds of different dipping sauces you can make. This is one that you get in a lot of stores. It's more of a liquidy one, and then I'll show you another kind. So the first thing you're going to do here is you're going to take about 2 teaspoons of sugar, so 1 white sugar, and put it in there. And then we're going to put in a tablespoon of fish sauce. It's really important we have fish sauce. A little bit more. And then we're going to put in a tablespoon of soy sauce. And put in a teaspoon of hot Thai chili pepper sauce. I'm gonna have to get some of the reach out. It's gonna give it some spice. Stir that up. And we're gonna add in a little bit of water, just to get it kind of thinned out a lot. Not a lot, maybe that was a little too much. Stir it up a little bit. Let's see here. Oh yeah, that's the right thing. If you want a little more spice in it, you could add some other peppers, and then I'll put on the top a little bit of kind of really thinly sliced carrots, and crush up some peanuts. It could be salted, but these are unsalted, which is probably better. And put that on the top, and there's a dipping sauce. Here's how you make a Thai peanut sauce. Get Thai peanut sauce, and you put it in something you can dip in. And then you serve it. Last sauce is really, really particular. Very tricky. You buy some of this stuff. It's sweet chili sauce. And you pour it in there like that. And then that's a dipping sauce. Ooh, ow.